How we doing, everybody? It's your old buddy RLD here with the first episode of Minecraft Tiny House World. Today we're going to be building the most resource-efficient house I could design. It's not the perfect house, but just starting out, it'll work perfect for anybody, and it uses very few resources. So, we're going to start out. 1, 2, 3, 4. Just a very simple 4x4 spot for the door. And what we're going to do, 1, 2, 3. 2, 3. The goal with this is not just to be the least resource intensive house, because if you want to build that, you can just build a dirt shack. With this, we also want some aesthetic appeal. So we're going to throw some windows in there. Alright, basic house right here. Nice little wood floor where the bed's gonna go. We do have 6 glass. Like I said, we want some aesthetics, so we want some windows. Alright, now how are we gonna do anything with this? There's no room for a whole lot. Well, crafting table and furnace will go right there. But storage, where will that go? We're gonna take out these 2 blocks here. Boom, double chest. Now we're going to go up to the roof and crouch down so you can set that block there. Boom, boom, boom. Basis of the house is complete. Now we are going to go ahead and build a little fence here. Throw our fence gate in. Alright, for the most part, it's complete. Throw a torch in. Put a couple right there, one over that. Now we do need to grab a door. A basic oak door. And you're done. You have a nice little house. Very, very few resources needed. Actually break down all the resources you'll need down below in the description, so you'll know exactly how much you have. I know, it could be better. It could be prettier. But it has a decent aesthetic appeal. Out front we have a little 5x3 field. It'll grow you 15 wheat, which will make you 5 bread. That's more than enough to keep you going for a couple days while you work and build a better house. But this is just to get you through your first couple days, maybe a first week. Why did we build this little fence here? You know, that takes a lot of resources. Well, we did that because if you play on a harder difficulty, a zombie can just wipe that door right out. And then they're eating you in the middle of the night. But, a zombie can't get through a fence gate. So you put a little fence there, and it gives you a nice little front yard. Well, wouldn't the house look nicer if we had a window here? Yeah, the house would look nicer with a window there. But we already have 6 windows. Now, if we want a 7th pane, or a 7th block right there, we gotta make extra glass. Doesn't fit in our resources. That's a waste of time. Well, why don't you just break it down into panes? Well, let's see what happens if you throw a pane in there. If you throw a pane in there, you got this big ugly gap here. Really, nobody wants a gap. So, unfortunately, we just leave that as is. Now, there's some very simple things you can do to improve the design. You could throw half slabs around this. You could build a little overhang on the porch. But the goal of this build was to use the least amount of resources possible to build your first house, to get you going. All of this should be very easy to do in your first day. You know, you got your farm right on the water, so you don't need an iron bucket. You build on the beach. Plenty of oak trees all over the place. You build a wood axe. Chop the trees right down. Wood hoe for the fields. A wooden pickaxe so that you can build your furnace. Bada bing, bada boom. One day, you'll have it by the time nighttime rolls around the first night. The only thing that might slow that down a little bit is this sumbitch right here. Your bed. And that's just fine in the wool. I can't guarantee you'll be able to find that in your first night, but you should be able to. So, this is what we got. It's a decent little design. Not a whole lot to it, but if you're a minimalist, it's perfect. Gives you everything you need, enough storage to get going, bed to sleep in, you're crafting. Next time, we'll go a little bigger, but we're still going to keep it tiny. But this was our purely as few resources as possible build, and still keeping that aesthetic pleasure. That's it for this episode, folks. Tune in next time for another Tiny House Minecraft.